Evening, folks. Got an unusual choice for the Halloween season. William Peter Blatty's The Ninth Configuration. Exorcist sequel? Kinda not. William Peter Blatty wrote 3 novels, the Faith Trilogy, Exorcist, Ninth Configuration, and Legion. We also know what happens to The Exorcist. Legion became what we now know as Exorcist 3, based on a supporting character from the first book called Lieutenant Kinderman, played by Lee J. Cobb in the first film, and played by George C. Scott in the third, with much wailing, screaming, and gnashing of teeth. In the middle of that was the Ninth Configuration, based on a very minor character in the first novel, an astronaut, that at one point Reagan looks at and says, "You're going to die up there." The Ninth Configuration begins with that particular astronaut, now known as Cutshaw, freaking out before launch and aborting an entire space mission, promptly getting himself sent to a military asylum housed in an old castle in the Northwest. This is a very interesting story. If The Exorcist is about the existence of Satan, then the Ninth Configuration is very much a debate about the existence of God. Strangely enough, though, it plays mostly like a comedy. For the first 2/3 of it, I felt like I was watching an episode of MASH. It's not till the final third that the much more disturbing imagery and themes finally start to kick in. Fascinating film, not perfect. A lot of it doesn't land, but what does is very effective. Great cast in this thing. Stacy Keach, Scott Wilson, whom a lot of you may remember as Herschel from The Walking Dead. Jason Miller, who was the original Father Karras from the first Exorcist, also reprising that role in Exorcist 3, playing a completely different character here that wants to cast Shakespeare plays entirely with dogs, which is a very fun subplot. Other folks like Ed Flanders, Neville Brand, George DiCenzo, Moses Gunn, Joe Spinell, Tom Atkins, a lot of genre stalwarts, and a lot of people that worked with William Peter Blatty on other things. Also fascinating, Robert Loggia appearing in this thing without orange juice, however, in blackface. There is a sequence where he lip-syncs a number in blackface. It is very much portrayed as an awful thing, and that he is crazy to do it. That being said, that might disturb a lot of you and might turn a lot of you off. I get it. Walk away. Little to no women in this thing. That could also be a stumbling block for many of you. I get it. Walk away. If those aren't stumbling blocks for you and you're willing to try to put yourself through this very interesting and unusual piece, it's certainly worth a watch. And also to try to figure out where you think it fits in the Exorcist story, whether it's a sequel, whether it's a spin-off, whether it's a part of a universe, and we love our universes now thanks to Marvel. It's just a very interesting watch this season and very different for Halloween. Something unusual for me. Scott Wilson, who plays Cutshaw, passed away about 2 days ago. I was driven to watch this not having known that. I didn't find out about his death until the day after I had rewatched this, so that was eerie to me. So something drove me to watch this. I wonder what it was.